I uploaded a few videos last month about the dating life, using dating apps and the crazy situations I got myself into. I almost got burned, remember that? Like, and then some other girl was literally decaying in front of me on a date. It was quite a roller coaster. I did listen to those videos again, and I do have a conclusion about certain archetypes. Now, as usual, I may be overanalyzing everything. It's just part of the Aku anime at this point, but you should always be careful what you wish for or what you ask for. One huge thing I've become aware of is that attractiveness, it's very commonly attached with entitlement. I've noticed that when I would go on dates or just talk to women who are very pretty, like by the average standard, they were above average. Like, I started to realize psychologically, even when I was talking to them, that even when I was like, they've been praised or pursued or catered to most of their life because of their looks, that being told no or having someone reject an ideology of theirs contradicts the social conditioning they're used to. They don't like being told no or rejected. Not even rejected strictly about their looks. That's not the point. They're rejected in any sort of situation. Disagreeing or rejecting an idea or thought process that they have, they can't stand it. People not accepting their lifestyle, they feel attacked over it, even though it has nothing to do with them. It's like whenever they're challenged in any sort of context, it's so unfamiliar to them that they respond very negatively. Either aggression, disassociation, they don't feel like they're in control. They're used to being the one chosen, but now someone is not choosing to align with you. And like I said, I've noticed this tends to be attached with women who are very pretty and attractive. Like, they can't stand it. And again, it's not all attractive people who are like this, but when I see this attribute attached to someone who is pretty or attractive, it doesn't surprise me anymore. Be careful what you ask for, because when you want someone who is very pretty, they may not even be subconsciously self-aware that they have issues with authority. They haven't developed self-awareness or emotional maturity, and will react with confusion or aggression because they're not being catered to. And not being catered to is something very foreign to them. Y'all want the most beautiful, passionate, intense person out there. Y'all be lusting and y'all be like drooling over some of these e-girls or these Twitch streamers and so. I don't even know these people, so I can't judge. But I'll make a note about e-girls because I've seen that a lot. I've seen this attached to them a lot. Like, listen, you realize, hold on, like, man, I like this person. I like someone who's very pretty, beautiful, a 10 out of 10 almost, for me at least, until you realize, like, hold on, this person is good looking, but this isn't compatible emotionally nor intellectually. And I gave judgment about myself in one of those older videos about how in this generation, something I've noticed, which helped my success on dating apps, where I was going on dates every week, sometimes twice per week, was that a common stereotype that is romanticized is craziness. Y'all will say, quote, I can fix her, about a crazy girl, right? But believe it or not, in this generation, at least, there's a lot of women who like crazy guys. And it's not hard to tell I'm unhinged just by my appearance to begin with. I got face tattoos and my mental health history is not the greatest. Yeah, it's romanticized by a handful of the population that it's hot and it's fun or wild to date someone who has obsessive attributes and emotional volatility like I do. Because I'm diagnosed BPD and a bunch of other things got going on with my head right now. And for some reason, I'm literally telling someone how crazy I am, how obsessive I am, the crazy things I've done. And they're like, you know how they'll reply to me? They'll be like, that's hot. I love crazy guys. I want a guy who's obsessed with me. I totally want that from you. What? Wait, what? I just told you how, like, what? I sound like I'm dangerous. That's hot to you? Well, see, this thing, it's not fun to you when I genuinely get unpredictable and chaotic over my attributes. I've had people literally tell me bluntly, that's hot. Actually, Andre, I want to fix you. What? Yo, I never asked to be fixed, but you something about fixing somebody is attractive to them. Maybe it's some deep psychological and biological understanding of the female psychology wanting to be nurturing. But like, listen, I'm not saying I don't want to be nurtured, but it's like, look, this applies to people liking crazies, right? Or the crazy but hot archetype, right? They say it's hot, or they can fix me, or you want to fix them, right? I could fix her. Look, you can romanticize the crazy but hot girl archetype. You can romanticize it. You can romanticize the manic pixel dream girl or the goth girl, and it's exciting to think about the wildness on the surface level, but people don't talk about the side that isn't fun. People don't talk about the mood swings, boundaries not being respected, unintentionally hurting someone, delusional or magical thinking that, hey, that may be hot, she's crazy, she's delusional, but hey, it's not fun when it's not favorable to you, okay? People don't talk about that. So when you're asking for like someone who is wild, or some goth chick, or some scene girl, right? Or some girl who's like on that extra soft thing, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, I have to be clear with this one too. Sorry to stereotype, but a lot of these scene girls or goth girls or pixie or overly soft girls, they're BPD demons. You pick a girl with plushies all up in her room, 9 out of 10 times she got manipulative attributes. Check. Listen. You know what I noticed too? It's not even just plushies. Try talking to a girl who listens to Lil Peep a lot, or sad emo rap music, or emo scene music. 9 times out of 10, she got manipulative attributes. Listen, sorry, I'm overgeneralizing the stereotype. Maybe my experience has been bad. But am I lying? Am I lying for those who experience this too? I can't be the only one on the planet here. Like, it's always the same aesthetic or culture, men and women, by the way, who seem to have some sort of stereotypical attribute that you later realize, like, this person is low-key able or willing to ruin my life. And we may not reject it or set boundaries because they're pretty. You don't want to lose them. You know, they're crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then listen, this mixes in with my previous point. When you do set boundaries and you do reject what they're doing, all of a sudden they get all aggressive, confused, they feel unloved, feel rejected, you hate me, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, what? Because they're socially conditioned otherwise to not feel that way. This goes back to what I said about being chosen. Now, because of this, you got manipulated by somebody pulling these stunts on you, like this aggression or confusion or feeling unloved or feeling rejected. You're in this situation where, you know, you're with somebody or you're talking to somebody who is very pretty, but didn't do the inner work to realize their attractiveness subconsciously created entitlement or authority issues. But meanwhile, they're also BPD demons or got some sort of mental instability. And they'll use it to manipulate you just so they can always get their way, because their power dynamic psychologically, they feel like it's unfair when they're being challenged. They feel like they're not being treated correctly because someone is challenging them. If you challenge them too much, they're either going to cheat on you, or they already predetermined subconsciously who's going to replace you when they feel comfortable to leave, or they're going to look for somebody, and they're going to try to protect their image by sometimes making false accusations about you because they don't know how to handle not being catered to. So their brain just decides to crash out and make up nonsense in their head, and they'll accuse you of it. This is what I'm talking about with that magical thinking. Or they're going to threaten you with something related to the well-being of their life. It's always this. It's always this. Look, be careful what you ask for. It's not just about craziness what this video is about. It's about social conditioning. I got to be real with you, man. You either got to downgrade in appearance if you want someone to commit to who feels safe for you, or you got to date someone who did that inner work, where even though they may be very, very pretty, like above scale, the average scale, they don't have subconscious entitlement or authority issues. Again, I may be overanalyzing. Another typical day of the Akko anime. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Am I overanalyzing? Am I bugging right now? Am I tweaking? Let me know down below in the comments. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.